back to the channel and welcome to episode 41. I'll have to be honest, I'm a little mixed up about what our topic is today. Keith, you want to let us know what we're talking about?
Well, all right, Bruce. I think I have a theory why you're mixed up, because today's episode is actually about mixers. It really is. So I think what I'll do is I'll introduce what we're going to talk about today. Today is really going to be kind of an unboxing and a first impressions video. I'll start by saying these NutriBullets, we use these things all the time. We have for years, actually. And this is like the second or third NutriBullet that we've had. And so that's kind of the old. And what we were unboxing, the new, is this new NutriBullet Smart Touch combo, right? So a lot of first impressions right out of the box, what I'm noticing, what I'm not noticing. And in a part 2 video, which will come later after we put some mileage on this bad boy, we'll go through some more experienced impressions and whether or not I recommend this for other people.
All right, that sounds like a great plan. So we're going to go ahead and have you unbox that product, give us some initial thoughts on that, and then more in tune with a typical Dad's Talk Tech review. We'll let you work with that unit for a while, put it through its paces, and see if it is going to be something that ends up ultimately earning a Dad's Talk Tech seal of approval.
All right, let's get to unboxing our new NutriBullet. What is it called again? The Smart Touch Blender Combo. It's about time. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Registration card, instructions, probably a recipe book as well, I'm going to assume. So I'll get what seems easily reachable. A couple of lids. All right. Voila. Okay. $1,500 watts. Interesting suction cups on the front. Ventilation. All right, well, I've just finished the unboxing of the new NutriBullet Smart Touch Blender Combo. And I thought what I would do is do some comments about the packaging and my first impressions after having not really done anything with this yet, but just my initial impressions, just looking on it. My first impressions are, yeah, this unit looks good. They give you a couple of different cups, couple of different sizes. One thing I've noticed about the cup right away is that the threads, the screw threads that are used to secure the lids are on the inside of the cup, not on the outside of the cup. On the old design, it was on the outside. So if you wanted to take a drink and you didn't want to feel those plastic screw threads against your lips, you had to have another type of lid, whether it was a flip top or just a smooth rim. So that's a good thing, I'm going to say. Also, they give you 2 of these flip tops. I'm personally not a fan of the flip top. I never drink things this way, even if there's 2 identical bottles of water at a gas station and one has the flippy top style and another one doesn't. I'm avoiding the flip top every time. So maybe these will grow on me. Maybe there are some aftermarket types of lids that will also fit these cups. If there are, I'm probably gonna buy those. This is important. This is the other thing that's definitely making a first impression on me. The blades are the blades, but the base of the blades actually have detents. I guess you would call them detents or corrugations. I'm not sure exactly the right word, but an easy way to grip it with your fingers so that you can very easily get this on and off. Now you might wonder, why is that a big deal? On the old design, this is in fact something that we struggled with. Here's our old NutriBullet, and you'll notice that the base is smooth. So as it turns out, if you actually, sometimes in order to prevent this from leaking, you really do want to screw this thing down as tight as you can. It forms a tight seal, but sometimes you really have to put a lot of pressure onto that to do it. And then once it's done blending, to take it back off again can be a challenge. Sometimes if your hands are wet or if the cup is a little bit wet, it's a struggle. It really is a struggle. It's one of the things I never liked about the old NutriBullet design. I suspect that that's not going to be an issue anymore with this new design. Definitely a positive first impression. This is obviously a big difference compared to our old NutriBullet. The fact that there is a blender pitcher. We have a blender. I've never been happy with our blender, so I've kind of been eager to get rid of it anyway. But now we have one device or one base that is a pitcher and a blender. Hey, that's another good thing. So what else did I notice right off the bat with this new NutriBullet? Well, one thing I've noticed, that the base have these pretty aggressive suction cups on the base. They're not circular like you are expecting when you see a suction cup. They are kind of along the outer circumference, and they work. So I think each time, yeah. And I notice also that there's these little handles here. I'm going to call them handles because those suction grips are strong enough that you may need to have an easy place for your hands to lift this thing. Also, this is probably going to be a two-handed lift. It's not that heavy, but it's a 1500 watt motor. It's definitely heavier than our old NutriBullet, which was more of a single-handed type of operation if you wanted to do it that way. When this thing ran, it has one speed, full blast, and there was quite a bit of air current that was being, pushed out along the countertop. It's not like blowing tumbleweeds across a mile away or anything, but you notice it. And my first thought as I was opening this is that, oh, it's going to have these air vents easily escaping in predictable spots. I thought it was an aerodynamic feature, but the more I play with it and the more I hear those suction cups, I think they're just handles is really what they are. Another impression is the base itself, and this is something that's impossible to judge on a new unit, but I did have issues with the old design in terms of durability. right? So in order to lock this thing down onto the base, the locking mechanism was through 3 very cheap tabs. I wonder if my autofocus is gonna do it justice, but there are 3 little tabs. But you'll notice on my cup, there's only 1, because these things break off all the time. All of the stress of holding this down into a locked position on the base was directed through 3 easily breakable little plastic tabs. That is the reason why we had to keep buying so many more extra cups. This new design does not have that. You'll see that the cups themselves have no interaction to the base other than the screw thread itself, and that the way that the base locks onto the cup assembly is strictly through this, you know, very durable plastic base. The preload happens through these, or maybe it's for shock absorption, because there were rubber grommets in the old design. This has these hard plastic spring-loaded bumpers, I guess you would call them. That's probably for vibration isolation. But when I put this thing down, I see there's some clips, a pair of clips that are kind of tangential to the base, so that to lock it in, you just simply twist. Oh, and it makes, oh, such a satisfying click. It almost sounds metallic. I don't know internally what that mechanism really is, but I can tell you it feels totally secure. Like, I can lift this whole thing pretty easily just by that. I probably shouldn't do that, but whatever the locking mechanism is for this, all of those forces, like if I were to do this on the old design, I would probably immediately break these cheap plastic tabs. So, probably over-explaining it at this point or confusing everybody. But that's another positive first impression. If I look at the box itself, and what is it bragging about? I wonder if this makes any impressions on me as well. I would say that, oh, here we go. This is kind of what I'm looking for. Pro level power, they're bragging about 1500 watts power. Yeah, I'm buying that. That's something they should brag about. Blend smarter, multiple servings, different cups, intelligent programs. Okay. Based on each blending vessel. Okay, all right. There's some intelligence built into, maybe it has a way of knowing that the pitcher, for example, is plugged into the base versus a standard cup, and it changes your options. I'll be looking for that. 3 different blending speeds, pulse control. Yeah, I'll appreciate that. The old NutriBullet was just balls to the wall or off. No other options. Pitcher perfect. It actually has a pitcher. That's fine. A clear advantage, our pitchers and cups are made from super durable, I like that, high performance plastic, they're BPA free and dishwasher safe. Well, I would hope to goodness that it was BPA free. I mean, I've got to believe that even the old cups were BPA free. I guess they have to say it. And then precision nutrient extraction. You know, I noticed that one thing that they're not bragging about, and maybe it's because I'm such an NVH nerd, they're not bragging about the noise. They're not bragging about the sound levels. They're not bragging about how many dBs or dBAs. They're not bragging about sones, not sound pressure levels, not any sound quality metric. It's just not anywhere. Of course, now I'm searching to make sure I'm not lying. Yeah, they're not bragging about it at all. Which means to me that maybe it's bad. Maybe this thing is super, super loud. I mean, it's a 1500 watt motor. There's only so many opportunities for sound isolation inside of this base. So it's possible. It's something I'm definitely going to look at. Maybe it's extra loud and they just don't want to draw attention to it. All right. Well, I have a very positive impression so far, and I can't wait to start using this bad boy. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us for the part 1 of our 2-part series of our mixer review here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll see us next time on on a future episode of Dad's Talk Tech.